Sorry, folks, it's take like 200 or some nonsense like that trying to get this right for you folks. Look, I'm hella late getting this review done. This thing's been out on the market for a while. We're talking the TR50. We're talking the Umarex Revolver, the HDR50, depending on where you are or what you've got. I've got the TR50 in my hands. Big shout out to Tier 1 Armament for sending this my way, putting this in my hands so I could test it. Just great guys. Great guys. Go check them out. Big thank you for putting this amazing marker in my hands. So, let's talk Umarex. Let's talk the TR50. This thing is a magnificent sidearm. So well made. It's built tough. It does not twist. It doesn't wiggle. It doesn't rattle where it shouldn't. Right? There's a little piece in the bottom that's supposed to rattle. That makes sense. But it's a great sidearm. Let's talk skin deep. Let's talk appearance. Flat black. Oh, God, I love it. There's no shiny bits on it except for like right here where the logo is. Let's see if I can make that reflect. Yeah, there it goes. A little bit of a reflect there. It's just basically smooth plastic. That matte finish to it. The Picatinny rails. Picatinny top on and Picatinny on the bottom. Right? So you could put a stupid obnoxious scope on top of this. I'm talking like I expect, and I'll probably do it. I'm thinking like $15 scope from Walmart nonsense that you'll never actually use. It's just going to be obnoxiously huge. And then on the bottom, you could put flashlight, laser pointer, what other obnoxious thing you could 3D print. I've got a couple of hilarious like 19 and older ideas, but we'll keep this PG for now. But I'm fully expecting somebody to put like a rubber knife on the bottom of this thing. It's going to happen if it hasn't happened already. And if it has, send me photos. I want to see that shit. All right. Functionality is, let's talk cylinders. Let's talk what makes this thing a 6-shooter is, oh, look at that, these cylinders. Injection molded plastic, tough as nails, right? They don't warp, they don't crack, they don't do anything they're not supposed to do. They're phenomenal. They fit paintballs. Actually, I got a full one right here. They fit paintballs perfectly. I don't know if you could see that, but there's no like, it's a tight seal, but it's not so tight that you got to worry about crushing the paintball getting into it. The paintballs pop out. They pop out. Yeah, see? They pop right out. Problem solved. And then you just snap them back in. Pop. Done. Too easy. Loading this thing, stupid easy. Goes in. Flick the lever. It's party time. There's no air in it. Don't worry. I do have one issue with these cylinders, though. These cylinders pop out crazy easy. Like, whoop, see? The center of the cylinder comes out. And without this, the cylinder doesn't work. And this thing falls out if you look at it the wrong way. I've got one kicking around the room somewhere. I don't know where the metal piece went. So maybe just dropped it. So I'm thinking super glue is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking super glue the metal piece on the middle and no problems. Why it's not glued in place to start with, I don't know. Maybe somebody knows, but I don't. It's my only beef with this thing. Honestly, that's the only negative thing you're going to hear from me for the entire episode about this marker. So this thing is phenomenal. Shoots straight, or as straight as 50 cal paintball flies. It feels so good in the hands. It's got a good heft to it. It feels like you're holding something. And that's really important. A lot of markers, they're super lightweight. They're kind of cheap. Not that spectacular, right? So this thing just feels awesome in the hands. The CO2 in the handle is not obnoxious. Like it's just that little nub, right? Just that little guy right there. And that's, you slam it, boom, she airs up, and you go nuts. Boom, 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 right? Trigger pull on this marker is phenomenal. First of all, safety's built into the trigger. You can see that there. It's a little double action trigger there. But it's got like you really got to put some force on it. And it's just satisfying. I don't know if you can see it spinning on camera, but yeah. It's just super satisfying to use this marker. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Brad, I heard the TR50's not safe. Look, I'm no engineer, but I think it's perfectly safe. I think it's perfectly fine. That's my personal opinion. I'm not liable. Anyways, out of the box, this thing shoots like 320 feet per second or something stupid like that, 330, because there's no regulator on it. So you put the CO2 in, and whatever pressure comes out of the CO2 is what's going behind that paintball. So check with your local field first before you go flaunting this thing around and shooting people, and then somebody goes, check that marker, and it turns out you're shooting at 330, 340, where you should be shooting at 280, and suddenly you're in a bunch of trouble, and you're going to be like, but Brad on the Maritime Paintball podcast review said that, I was able to use this. And don't start with that nonsense. Excuse me. So, yeah, they do come out faster than what you'd expect, but the internet science says that, a 50 cal paintball marker, or 50 cal paintball, traveling at 330, 340, hits with the same or less force of a paintball traveling between 280 and 300. That makes sense to me. Again, I'm no engineer. I don't really know. Now, I also got to shoot this weekend. I was playing around with them. The local field isn't first strike friendly, so shooting them in the backyard. I did take it to the local field to Chrono, so that's where I got the Chrono footage from. I was shooting 50 cal first strike rounds out of this. They are spectacular. Just amazing. They feel awesome. They look awesome. They shoot straight as an arrow. And they fit in these cylinders wonderfully. There was a little worry that Umarex might have messed up with the drilling, and the holes might actually been too big or too small for a 50 cal first strike round. But they are actually phenomenal. They fit perfectly. So, excuse me. Shooting them, they shoot perfectly straight. They leave a hell of a green spot when they hit. Like, it is vibrant. Not vibrant. Deep? I'm not sure. You're hit. We were shooting a board, and when it hit, it was just like, bam! And there was like a spot, like a perfect dark spot that you couldn't see through. Like, it's not thin paint, whatever's inside these first strike rounds. And what was I going to say? They're great. They're great. They're a great round. Took them to the field to chrono them out of the marker. As you can see from the footage, they get up there. I'm trying to remember what the feet per second was now, and I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it spikes at like 380, 384, something like that. It's in the footage. Look at the footage. Don't listen to me. So shooting like 380, and then it goes down like 375, 360, back up to 375. It's CO2, folks. It's not exactly the most reliable PSI, right? So are they shooting a little quick? Yes. Are they dangerous? I don't think so. I would use them. I wouldn't be upset with getting shot by one. I wouldn't be upset with somebody shooting me with one at all. Close range or long range. If anything, props to anyone who hits me with a first strike, 50 cal first strike from a TR50, long range. Props to you. The only downside to them is they're 60 cents a round. $59.99 for a box of 100. It's a little bit much. A little bit much. Speaking of which, the Umarex TR50 is $159.99. $159? $169. Oh no, I forget. $169.99 on online, a couple of different websites. You can get it through tier1armamentsstore.com. You can get it through defconpaintballgear.com, and you can get the 50 cal first strike rounds from defconpaintballgear.com. So, but 60 cents a round is just a little bit steep for me. A little bit steep. What can you do though, right? That's the cost of manufacturing, so it's the cost of having fun. All in all, the 50 cal first strike round, you've got to play with it to really understand it. It's a really, really great round, and I really recommend if you can get your hands on it and get your hands on a 50 cal marker, try shooting them. They're really, really fun. I keep saying really, really, and I got to come up with some better words. I need a thesaurus. I really recommend the 50 cal first strike rounds. I do. I really do. I also really recommend the Umarex TR50. This thing's a blast. Just a stupid amount of fun. It's a marker with a badass factor, and it just makes you feel cool. So, is it going to win any accuracy prizes? Hell no. But you're going to look cool doing it. And that's really all that matters in paintball, right? So, that's it. That's all I got. Folks, check it out. If you got a friend with one, see if you can borrow it. Take a look and try it out. I really, really recommend this marker. It's so much fun to use. But that's it. Folks, you can catch me every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the Maritime Paintball Podcast live every week. And, drop any questions. Drop me a line. Put in the comments what you guys want to see. See, like, if you want different reviews. I'll review everything on that shelf if you want me to. Some of it's old as hell. But let's do it. Let's do all the reviews. We're going to do it. That's it. That's what's happening. All right, folks. Until next time, cheers.